All right, so for the our final chapter today on this Ides of March, um, let me thank you as always for being my Vanna White. And, it's cute because I saw last evening, I saw a commercial. I don't watch all this reality stuff. About the only reality thing that I watch is I remain an American Idol fan, and that's starting up. So for most of you, or I certainly know the name. There's a show called Naked and Afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you think about it, just even the title,
Yeah.
okay. So you wonder why I want to dress up my commentary with loveliness. You understand, but just because there's never enough, and you always got to keep pushing. So there I am last night, and again, not that there's anything wrong with it, right? I'll be politically correct, if you will, but naked and afraid with no legs.
No legs.
So now, and again, good for this gal and the bravery, and everyone should have a chance. But boy, you talk about voyeurism, and you talk about, what is it? When you used to go to the circus, and before the circus, you can look at all the different weirdo people in the old days and whatever. But holy crap! Anyhow, thank you for bringing your beauty. I really appreciate it. One of the things I forgot about earlier, and we had some technical difficulties, but listen, there's so much; it's endless. So Trump gave a major speech, and it was a total embarrassment. It was just a thorough, total embarrassment. And anyone who's going to go along with this, and you're sick. There's something wrong with you. You congressmen who are not standing up, your accomplices, your henchmen. But I'll say this because it's just so unbelievably stupid that we can smile, except it's not funny. He said in a speech to the world that the United States was spending $8 million on transgender mice. He said, yep, that's really the truth. We'd spend it. And of course, it's an absurdity. But he said it so people eat it up, just like putting bleach inside the body. We were spending money on what's called transgenic mice. These mice are genetically modified to be helpful in healthcare research and drug research and development. Transgender mice. And that's the President of the United States of America saying there, yes, we do this. It was sickening. Let's go on to the covers. We'll talk a little NBA, and we'll call it a day. And I guess when I next see you, we're going to be into spring.
We're going to be into spring. And I'm going to be already 38.
Wow. Okay. When is your birthday?
March 24th.
Wow. Isn't that amazing? Good to know. Okay. So, all right, we're going to talk a little bit of NBA. You know I love to talk NBA with you, and I'm going to do it quick. Just some highlights. Golden State Warriors post Jimmy Butler. Wow, they're real exciting. Draymond Green, you're still dirty as shit. You're so dirty. And you're still a triple single. But Steph Curry is playing with incredible joy, and you're an exciting, dangerous team. The Lakers were exposed last night. They were destroyed, just utterly, utterly taken apart by the Boston Celtics without Porzingis. So they've got a ways to go. And Luka, your handle looked not sharp. Listen, the Luka trade, it's still an amazing thing. But the Lakers have a ways to go. Isn't it amazing when you watch Boston, when Sam Hauser is on the court, I sit there and say, I think he's Gordon Hayward, isn't he? He's the same guy, just, the other look-alike for me is a different height, but Malachi Flynn on the court looks very much like Dante DiVincenzo. Mm-hmm. They're doppelgangers. And Peyton Pritchard and Derek White, two players, two of, not the major stars. They both scored 40 points in a game. Same game. It was remarkable. It was remarkable. Desmond Bain and Isaiah Thomas. Stop saying you know. Years ago, I was a teenager and I started saying, you know. And my father said, no, I don't know. And I stopped. So you guys are on television and you're important figures, and stop saying you know. You gotta be able to finish a sentence. A whole sentence without doing it. And when you do it over and over, it's really, and it sends, implicitly it sends terrible messages to our youth and to the people. It's not proper. Stephen Smith got $20 million a year from ESPN. I'll tell you something. Oklahoma City Thunder continue to roll, but it's so interesting because they traded Josh Giddey for Alex Caruso. And Alex Caruso he's a nice guy, and he's a good player. Josh Giddey is an unbelievable talent. He had a triple-double last night. He's improving his shot. He's 21 or 22 years old. And I know there was the issue where he was dating a 17-year-old girl, and everyone attacked. The guy's 21. I mean, give me a break.
Yeah.
See, sometimes a guy of 21 dates an 18-year-old, and sometimes he dates a 17-year-old. I mean, really. And you made it a big deal, and I guess there was going to be an issue of, who should have the ball in his hands, and you obviously have Shai Gilgeous, but wow. He's a real talent, good Giddey. And okay, good for both of them. Good for the Bulls, and okay. All right, I have one other thought. This isn't quite NBA right now. If you think about it, we have all kinds of places. And why did this come up? This came up because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to be representing himself. He's not going to be hiring an agent. And we saw this with the quarterback of the Ravens, where he represented himself, and the agents, everyone went against him. Hoped he didn't do well. Like the system's so dirty and corrupt, God forbid someone tries to do it on their own, takes money from us. And think about it though, we have all these areas where you have certifications, right? And theoretically the certifications, they're very important to do certain tasks. Yet anyone can run for president. Interesting. Want to sit up with me and we'll give a little thumbs up for feet up? Thank you guys. Thanks for rocking.